This is Uncle Cliffy coming to you. It's good to get a chance to see everybody again. I tell you, I haven't been able to button this jacket in about 2 years. 2.5 years I couldn't button this jacket. Now I can. But you know what I had to do? I stopped making excuses. And that's what we're going to talk about today on our first in a series of many to come in our personal development line, Uncle Cliffy's Personal Development. And today we're going to talk about, as we mentioned again, no excuses. You know, when it comes to making excuses, they say everyone has one. And it's often been said many times, people who are good at making excuses are pretty much not good at doing anything else. Think about it. If you are good at making excuses, that's about it for you. You're probably not good at anything else. And it was George Washington Carver that said, 99% of all failures come from people who have a habit of making excuses. 99% of all failures come from people who have a habit of making excuses. In 2 cases of people who make excuses, you usually have a case of people who blame their mother and blame God. I mean, think about it. Oh, my mama didn't hug me when I was young. Oh, she didn't love me enough. And God let this happen. And God let that happen. And oh, my God, why in the world? Folks, listen. Stop blaming God. Stop blaming mom. Why is it that we choose to blame everybody else except ourselves? It reminds me of a story of a man who was walking down the sidewalk one day, and he saw another gentleman bent down looking for an object outside under a street light. It was nighttime, under a street light. So the gentleman walked up and said, "Well, sir, what are you looking for?" He said, I've lost my key. I lost my house key. The other gentleman said, "Well, I'll get down and help you look for it." And he got down to look for it and try to find it. 45 minutes went by. An hour went by. And he said, "Sir, are you sure you lost your house key right here?" The gentleman on the ground says, No. I lost my house key inside the house, but there's more light outside." That is how most of us handle our problems or even situations in life. We always want to look for the brighter light on the outside as opposed to the inside. We must come to understand and realize this. All of us have ideas in our minds, which leads to thoughts, which leads to our feelings, which leads to actions. The actions equals the results. For example, if you only have $100 in your bank account and you've been working for 5 years, 2 years, or even 6 months, the result is you're broke. But why blame the government? Oh, it's President Bush. Oh, it's President. Look, my mother was poor with Bush in office. My mother was poor with Clinton in office. I'm just making a statement. And I'm not talking about my mom. I'm just making a general statement because my mother's not poor. All right? But the key is this. People who suffer and struggle will suffer and struggle anyway. Quit blaming the government, God, and your mom for why you do not have what you want in your life. It was your idea that led to your thoughts, that led to your feelings, that got you the results and the actions that you see today. Is your weight out of control? Well, look, it's not McDonald's fault. You can't sue McDonald's for your weight being out of control, and people have tried. It was an excuse. You can't blame the ice cream cup and the potato chips you have in your hand. You can't blame the fact that it just runs in the family. Oh, my family's big-boned. I got a big-boned family. Yeah, well, okay, get over it. Or my wife and I were talking about, for example, women say, after that second child, I just ain't been able to get my weight right since. Whew, that second child just blows you all up. But the second child is 10 years old now. Something that happened 10 years ago, we still blame something on the outside as opposed to the inside. Understand the law of attraction states like attracts like. What you think about comes about every time. What you focus on is what you get. And so really, the 2 ways to overcome excuses is change our internal dialogue, or the way we talk to ourselves, number 1, and take action right now, number 2. How do you change your internal talk? Well, here's a classic example. Many people who don't have enough money will make this statement: "I'm tired of being broke. I'm sick of being broke." Or people who are not in the proper health, or they're overweight. "I'm tired of being fat. I hate being fat." As long as you continue to focus on being fat or being broke, you will get more of being fat or being broke. Remember, what you focus on, you get every single time without fail. So change your internal dialogue. Speak positive. Speak like this: I love myself. I like myself. I'm in the process of getting to my ideal weight of 185 pounds. That's a nice way to say it, as opposed to I'm tired of being fat. Here's another way to say it when it comes to money. Oh man, I'm in the process of having more money than I really can use at the time. I'm in the process of having all the money I need in an abundance. That is much better to say to your conscious and subconscious than to say I'm broke or I'm fat. Speak in the positive, and it will always happen for you. Now, if I was to tell you, do not think about a hot fudge sundae with pecans and caramel around it, don't think about it. Don't think about this hot fudge sundae. Folks, do you know you have to think about that hot fudge sundae in order not to think about that hot fudge sundae? And if you continue to not think about that hot fudge sundae, eventually you're going to think about that hot fudge sundae. And some people even told me, I heard you give that illustration, and I went out and got a hot fudge sundae. Or I saw a commercial for a hot fudge sundae. Isn't that something? What you think about comes about. If you give your attention to it, energy flows to it. It will create in your life. Now, there are different things that we can create, whether we like it or not. A husband comes home from work and just never has time for his family. Okay, well, yeah, that's fine. And he never has time for his family. His wife always tries to talk to him. He says, I'm busy. I had a hard day at work. And the kids come to him, go on somewhere, go play, go outside. And he does this year after year after year. And he comes home one day, and his wife and his kids, their clothes are still in the house, but his are not. And they're gone. Did that husband create that scenario? Did he? Yeah, he did. Folks, we can create our own universes and begin to blame everybody else on the outside if we choose to. But remember, those who are good at making excuses are seldom good at anything else. The number 2 step is take action. You know the best way to get in a cold swimming pool is to jump right in. Jump right in and go. That's it. So if you need to lose weight and get in shape, get up now. Exercise right now. Do some jumping jacks right now. Make it happen, Captain. Okay? Well, this is Uncle Cliffy coming to you with a quick tip on personal development. No excuses. Use the rest of this week and don't make any excuses for anything that happens. If you drop the ball, if you broke the glass, if you locked the keys in the car, take responsibility for it. Change your ideas and your thoughts and the feelings that led up to that action, and you will get different results. All right, this is Uncle Cliffy. I'm out of here. Let's blaze.